everyone, this is Priyanka and once again welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I will share some kitchen hacks. But this time, I am going to share the ideas keeping the aspect of recycling at the heart of it. So let's get started.
Now, we all agree that if plastic is not disposed of carefully, it won't be good for our environment. And you just can't avoid the incoming plastic in your home. It comes in many ways, like when you get milk, pulses in packets, and I think all the kitchen grocery comes in these bags only. But when you throw it in the bin, just think twice about what can be best use of these and how you can recycle them in your home before you actually throw them in the garbage. Like, I'm not a big fan of keeping vegetables in the Ziploc pouches, but if you do so, use these plastic bags. Wash them and store the vegetables inside them. If you're using plastic Ziploc pouches for keeping the small boxes in case you predict any spillage, then use these. These small changes can help a lot to your pocket also. When you shop, you get these paper bags a lot. What do we usually do with once we empty the things inside? Do you just throw them in the dustbin? So next time when you do, just think once before throwing them in the dustbin. Rather store them in a bag and keep it somewhere. These can be used in many ways, like cutting them in small pieces, and you can keep them under the dishes to protect them from the scratches. You can also put it under the dustbin so that it will absorb all the spills and leakage. Just change them every 2 to 3 days, and in this way you can use these bags before you actually throw them in the dustbin. When you visit McDonald's or buy a juice from the store, what do you do with the extra straws you get with them? If in case you ran out of back clips or sealers in your home, then you can use these straws in a much more constructive way. Take a paper straw, put a slit on it. Now take one more straw. Put it like this on the packet, and now take the slitted straw and put it on the straw which is inside the packet. Now this will be as good as Ziploc pouches. If you have unfinished snacks lying at your home, just seal them using this. If the packet is bigger than the straw, just fold the packet from the ends and put the straw on it. It's just an amazing use of those extra straws which are lying in your home. Do you always find it difficult to keep the cling wrap or your aluminium foil roll in place when you cut a portion to use it? So to keep it in place, there are two tabs given on the side of the box. Just press in the notches from both the sides, and now here you can see that this small portion goes inside into the roll, which keeps it intact at one place. Now take out as many times as you want, the roll will not displace from its position, and it will also make your job easy. Now when you close the flap back, you might have seen that sometimes it didn't close properly. So insert these small flaps from both the sides into the box, and this will make it easier for you. I know many of you have already tried it, but those who didn't can give it a try. Most pots and pans come with handles that have a slim, oval-shaped hole at the end of them. It might seem pretty straightforward that these holes are there to hang your pots and pans when not in use. Have you ever realized that the pans which comes with a metal ring loop through the hole are actually meant for hanging? But the irregular shape of hole like this in the handle doesn't fit too well on most of the hooks. The true purpose of the hole on pan handle is to hold the handle of your stirring spoon. So next time, if you don't find your spoon rest, use this trick. The holes on the pan are mostly in tiered shape, which very nicely holds your wooden spoons. The spoon end hangs directly over the pot and minimizes the mess from cooking. So this trick is mostly to hold your wooden spoons only, not the metal ones. You probably don't realize it, but your pots come with built-in spoon rest. The hanging hole doubles as a spoon rest. In winters, I like to keep butter out of the fridge in this butter dish. But in summers, it really becomes difficult to keep it in this way as it melts completely and then it's not good for the use as well. When we keep the butter in the fridge in summers, when you take it out, you have to wait for some time so that it will come to the normal room temperature, then only you can use it to spread it over your breads and toast. But I have started using this amazing bread-shaped knife which has really made my life easy. I just have to get the butter out of the fridge. This clever tool shapes cold butter into thin curls, making it easy to spread. This side of the knife shapes the butter and the other side is flat for spreading your butter on toast, bread and more. With this tool, you don't have to wait for your butter to soften to come to the normal room temperature to be able to spread it easily. Your bread will no longer be torn into pieces. Small slotted holes running down the blade edge are designed to curl hard butter on your bread. What do you do with the extra coffee mugs or sippers which we usually get when we order some beverage as a takeaway? Do you throw that or you have figured out a better use other than what I'm showing? Then please comment down and let me know. I like to store my homemade cold coffee and lemonade in it when we go outside. Now I will tell you one easy way to make the best cold coffee. I use this coffee from IDC. This cold coffee is one of the easiest drinks I make with it. Just take some hot milk in a cup and add 1 to 2 spoonfuls of coffee. I like this hazelnut coffee a lot. Put it in the cup and mix it well. Once when you're done, just keep it in the refrigerator and wait for some time to get it chilled. You can use it anytime to make your cold coffee for instant breaks or if you're going somewhere. Next, take chilled milk, put some ice cubes and add coffee which we have just beaten. Use your blender and voila, your easy cold coffee is ready in no time. Transfer it into these shakers, add some ice cream if you like and you're ready to take it with you for your work. Or even it's just good for your easy work from home breaks too. I like two flavors the most, the classic cappuccino and my favorite hazelnut. These beaten coffees from IDC are easy to make and hassle-free. And in few steps, you have your cafe-like coffee at home. For busy people who juggle a lot between office and home, this could really put an ease to their life if you love to drink coffee. These coffees are really very aromatic. Many of us use kitchen paper towel, including me, for various purposes in the kitchen, but of course, unnecessary usage is not good for our environment. And I really hope you guys will agree with me. When we make chapati or puri, we all used to keep kitchen paper towel or tissue at the bottom and on the top, so that chapatis will not all be soggy, and using one paper daily is really not good and not required also. You can use muslin cloth or thin cotton cloth. I use this cotton cloth which I got from a local market for just 35 rupees. I made these 4 towels for keeping the rotis. Now this cloth is very breathable, soft and thin, just perfect for the purpose. Alternatively, you can also use these roti covers. Keep one at the bottom and one on the top. If we bring these small and healthy changes in our life, it will be good for our health and for the environment as well. This may look like a minor issue, but could be very important as well. When you get a new lot of grocery items from the market, it's important to finish leftovers from the current lot. When you refill your grocery in the container, always make sure to empty all the remaining products in a bowl and then only fill it with new product. Once you do that, just put the old portion on the top of the box. Make this as a habit because it is not always possible to keep on remembering what needs to be finished first. But if you do so regularly, you will finish the old stuff first. This will save money and time for organizing your stuff. When you make idli and dhokla or you boil your pasta, macaroni or soya Nutella, what do you usually do with this water? If you think that this water might not be of any use and you just simply throw it in the sink, then don't do that. You can actually use that water for cleaning your kitchen rags. Just add a little bit of your laundry detergent and put the kitchen rags in this water. Keep it aside for good 5 minutes. The rags over time with the usage really becomes very sticky. This hot water will help to get rid of that stickiness and you don't have to boil the water to do this extra work. At least once or twice a week, if you plan to make these dishes in your home when you're boiling, then use that water. Don't take too much time and reduces your work stress for later.
So this is all for today's video and I really hope you are going to find this video useful. If you like today's video, then please do share this video with all your friends and family. Like the video and please do subscribe to my channel. And you can also follow us on Instagram and Facebook for more video related updates. I'll see you next time with another video. Till then, stay home, take care and bye bye.